Hello there and welcome back. I have an example here involving simplifying surds, but these ones are in addition and subtraction. So we want to simplify the following. On part A we've got 3 root 2 plus root 18, and on part B we've got 3 root 8 plus 2 root 24 minus 5 root 32. Alright, so we want to simplify these two surds. We're going to be applying also what we learned from the previous lesson about simplifying surds. So that's what we're also going to be applying right here. So I'm going to start with part A. On part A we've got 3 root 2 plus the square root of 18. Alright, so we're going to be simplifying, starting with 3 root 2 is already simplified, so we have no problem with 3 root 2. But with root 18, we know that 18 is a product of 9 and 2, so it's the same as the square root of 9 times 2, right? And from the previous lesson we said this means that we are talking about the separate square roots of 9 and 2, so it's equal to the square root of 9 multiplied by the square root of 2. And the square root of 9, we know that it's 3, so here we'll be getting 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2 again, simplifying square root of 9 by 2. 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2 gives us 6 root 2. Now what we are learning from this is how we add or subtract surds. In this case they are like terms because they are surds of the same value, that is root 2. So in such a case we add them like we do with algebraic expressions. Like, you know, if we have like 3a plus 3a, we know that we get 6a. That's how we deal with algebraic expressions. In this case our a is root 2, so that's how we handle surds in this case, which are like 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2 will give us 6 root 2, right? So that's how we do it. Alright, so that's it with part A. With part B we've got 3 root a plus 2 root 24 minus 5 root 32. Now what I want you to do is I want you to attempt this problem here. I'm gonna give you just 2 minutes to do that, just using the method we used on part A, simplifying each of the sets that needs to be simplified. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, so you can pause the video starting from now. Alright, so with 3 root 8 plus 2 root 24 minus 5 root 32, we simplify. We start with 3 root 8. We know that the square root of 8 is the same as the square root of 4 times 2, with 4 being our perfect square among the factors. We also know that root 24 is the same as the square root of 4 times 6, with the perfect square 4 right there. And 5 root 32, 32 is a product of 16 and 2, where 16 is the perfect square right there. So all these surds can be simplified. So with 3 root 4 multiplied by 2 here, these are separate square roots of 4 and of 2, but the square root of 4 is 2. So what we're gonna get here is we multiply 2 times 3 and we get 6 root 2. What's happening here is we've got our 3 and it's multiplying the square root of 4. In this case that's 2, and it's multiplying the square root of 2, which remains the square root of 2. So 3 times 2, that's 6, and 6 times root 2, we get our 6 root 2. Alright, let's move on to this part where we've got 2 root of 4 multiplied by 6. So we've got our 2 and it's multiplied by the square root of 4 is also 2, and it's multiplied by the square root of 6, which remains square root of 6. 2 times 2, that's 4. So what we're gonna get here is 4 root 6. And we do the same here. It's minus and we've got 5, and 5 is multiplied by the square root of 16. Square root of 16 is 4, and it's multiplied by the square root of 2, and the square root of 2 remains square root of 2. So 5 times 4, that's 20, so that's minus 20 root 2. Alright, so we can simplify this again, because you see these are like terms here. So we can put our 4 root 6 in place, and we add or subtract. We've got 6 root 2 minus 20 root 2. So it's like you've got your 6a minus 20a, right, which gives us minus 14a. So that's the sense right here. So what you get here is minus 14 root 2, and that's our solution to part B. So that's how we simplify surds of this type, and we also learned in this video how to add and subtract surds like that. So that is our solutions to part A and part B. I hope you got the answer to part B correct, and I'm going to be giving you more examples to work out involving simplifying surds.